What are we talking about today?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to What Are We Talking About podcast. I'm Cody McLean, your host, and with me, as per usual, is Cole Francis. How's it going today, Cole?
Not too bad, man. How about you?
Oh, pretty good. Yeah, had a pretty good day yesterday of hiking, and
Yeah?
not sore today, so that's a good thing.
Oh, that's good, man.
Yeah. So there's a few new trailers that have come out
Yeah.
since the last podcast, which, I mean, last podcast was a little late because I've been busy, but
Yeah, it happens to me too, man.
so there's I already talked about all the like X-Men and Captain America and everything that trailers that came out, but we watched a couple of them. There's the Hush trailer,
Yeah.
which was the most recent one we just watched. What did you
Yeah.
think of that one?
I think that could be really cool if it's done right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it seems intriguing because like, will there be no speaking in the whole movie? Like you
Yeah.
even brought that up, where it's like
No
there
dialogue.
no dialogue because it seems
Unless
like
it's
she's
sign.
deaf and mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, there might be some sign language or something, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe some subtitles with it. I'm sure.
Well, yeah, if they do sign language, they would have to do
Yeah.
probably subtitles, I would say.
Yeah.
Because the general public doesn't know.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Sign
for
language,
sure,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
So, but still, I mean, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see what it is.
And
And
maybe even
it was
not,
kind of just
yeah.
more of a little teaser. It doesn't really show very much, and this might be the kind of movie where you don't want him to show very much.
Yeah.
Same with like 10 Cloverfield Lane. I probably enjoyed it so much more because I knew so little going into it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah, you went and saw it?
Oh yeah, I went and
Nice.
seen it the one day. Yeah, when I got back from Banff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my mom and her boyfriend were like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, well, do you want to go to a movie?" So I was like, "Fuck, I guess might as well."
Nice.
Yeah, but
How was that?
it was actually really good. I
Yeah.
don't want to give too much away.
Yeah. No.
Because of that reason.
Mhm.
If you want to hear my full thoughts on it, I already did it on the previous podcast. But it's really good, and I was thoroughly enjoyed it, and I was not like disappointed in any way, shape, or form. And there was a lot of people who said that they were a little disappointed with the ending, but because of the only things I knew about it was there was going to be people in a bunker, and it's called 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah.
So I kind of expected the ending a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was just really well done, and it's an incredibly tense movie. And John Goodman's performance was unbelievable.
Yeah. I heard he was good. Man.
Oh, yeah, man. Mary Elizabeth Winstead also. She was also really good, but I've never seen John Goodman play a character like he did in this
Yeah.
movie. But yeah, no, this
He's a
Hush
serious character. Yeah.
movie could be kind of hopefully similar, where it's like you don't know much, and it's a cool premise where it's like, I mean, it's just one person alone in a house, and it could be really tense moments, right? Like
Yeah.
those one-on-one, like that's what made Alien so cool. It was
Yeah.
one monster and one person, right? Like, if it's done well, it could be incredibly interesting to watch
Yeah.
and very intense, but it might, if it's done poorly, then it'll just be another
Yeah.
horror movie. We don't know yet. I don't know. This kind of movie, it's almost the kind where it's like, I don't want to know very much going into it, but I want to wait until some people see it and kind of,
Right.
there's a tomato meter rating on it or something, so that I
Yeah.
know whether or not it's at least accepted as good by the general
Yeah.
public before I spend money on it. But
But
I do want to know as little as possible going in, kind of a thing, because it
Yeah.
seems like the more you know, like, it's not like, I don't know, Captain America Civil War, where you want to know all of what the tone and the story is all gonna be before the movie
Yeah.
starts, right? You just kind of want to know the premise, and if it seems like
Yeah.
it's gonna be good, and then go from there.
it almost seemed like one of the the previews, or like the new trailers for the movies we watched. Almost kind of did that with one of them. I can't remember which one it was.
With what do you mean?
With like the trailers we watched.
The Shallows, or like the one about the shark, or the one about Hush.
I think it might have been Hush.
Yeah, Hush was the
know.
other one, the one where it was like the guy in the mask.
Well, yeah. I feel like that's going to be a lot of the movie. It could be really good though.
Well, I feel like that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It'll be intense, just one-on-one. That's what I was talking about. Where
Yeah. Exactly.
it'll be. It could, if it's done well, it could be really, really good, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It could also be not very good. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, I guess. The Shallows was the other trailer we watched, which is Blake Lively, and it, I don't know, it's like a shark attack movie, I guess.
Yeah.
What did you think about that trailer?
I thought it looked cool the way it was shot. Like, a lot of the movies like that.
Well, the trailer itself, the beginning of the trailer, I can agree with you. The way that it was like kind of splashing in the water, and you could like hear the muffled screams, and then when it came out of the water, you could hear like her screaming and stuff like that. It was building some good tension and stuff, but then it's almost just like when it says the monster that lied in the deep or whatever now is in the shallows.
Yeah.
It's like, here's the thing: when Jaws came out, I don't think people knew as much about sharks as they do now. Hasn't Discovery Shark Week that's been running for the past 10 years, like, people have enough knowledge about sharks that they know they don't just randomly attack people, like, unless there's a reason, right? They don't just come into the shallows and attack people.
Yeah, no, they don't.
But, I don't know. It could be good. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's early to see. It was just a teaser. Both of these were just more like teasers, right? Where it didn't show very much, especially this one. It just kind of showed you the tone that, hopefully that's the tone that they're going for, where it'll be, they won't show you that, like, that's one of the best things about Jaws, is that it never showed you the shark, really, right? Until the end.
True. Very true.
So if they do that same kind of a thing, where it just builds suspense the whole time, and then as long as they have a satisfying ending, that'll be a good movie, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I don't know. Hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah.
I do like Blake Lively. She's good in some stuff.
It looks like it's going to be a thriller.
No, yeah, I agree.
It looks, I don't know, like the action sequences from time to time, I'm sure.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. I hope it's not just generic shark movie.
Yeah,
Hopefully it's actually has something about it that makes it stand out, and it's actually original in some way, and not just like we've seen. Jaws is the epitome, right? And then even like Deep Blue Sea, it's kind of a 90s cult classic.
It is, yeah.
I remember growing up watching that movie.
Me
That's
too.
kind of my Jaws, was Deep Blue Sea. And,
I can remember when that came out,
I don't know. It was... I feel like there's only so much you can do with that sort of a premise. And who knows, maybe this will be the new Jaws for the new generation, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. So, basically, both of these trailers were actually pretty good. The Shallows trailer for me was a little bit not as good. Like, it was better at the beginning, but then it started seeming like more and more cheesy by the end.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah, I agree. It did get a lot.
Sometimes good trailers mean good movies, but sometimes sometimes there's the really good trailer and it's a horrible movie, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Like a really bad trailer and it's a good movie.
Yep,
So
that's right.
anything goes with this stuff. So there's a couple of kind of news topics that have popped up past few days that I want to talk about. And first is kind of a fun one. I mean, I don't know if it could be fun, but it's also kind of disastrous if you're a pizza delivery person, because Domino's Pizza has been developing an autonomous pizza delivery robot that will basically, it has like a pizza oven in it and shit, so like it can just be ready to go right when it gets to you, so you get a fresh hot pizza and stuff, right? And basically it's just started out it's in Australia right now, and it's just in, I think, one city, like Queensland or something like that. I don't know what it is, what the place is. I'm not very familiar with Australia. But basically they're just starting right now, test trials and stuff, and it's going well. So eventually, it might expand worldwide, right?
Yeah.
And if so, then there'll be Domino's pizza delivery robots that'll. I mean, it'll only be within a city, a certain area, right? Like,
Yeah.
I would say maybe they will be able to deliver as far as a regular delivery driver. I don't know.
That would be crazy.
And I'm sure they would be electric.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
You walk
so
up, get the pizza out of the car, or like.
so how it works is it cooks the pizza and then it stores it in when it comes up to the window or to the door. I mean, it'll have it in the slot, and you have it's hooked up to the smartphone app.
Yeah.
So you have to use the code on your smartphone app or whatever, so that it knows that it's you. So that you can get the pizza.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. Yeah, man. That's cool. I dig that. I'd really enjoy that if we had something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't really help us in Eckville.
No, not
But
not in Eckville, no.
It's still a cool idea that. I mean, it's cool, but it's also some people might be worried because they'd be losing their jobs, right?
Yeah, true.
In a way, so like, depending on your point of view in the situation,
it'd be like Uber. Sort of like
well, exactly. Uber is challenging the taxi industry and making it so that they either have to lower their prices, kind of thing, or they're going to be run out of business or whatever, right? So, it's complicated, and that's the thing. As more of this cool new technology emerges, we'll have to face more of these kind of challenges, right? Where it's like jobs will have to change instead of having pretty much what it seems like menial jobs will not exist anymore, right?
Yeah.
There won't even be like gas station attendants. It'll be an automatic thing that just the arm comes down, finds your gas nozzle, puts the thing in, or it'll be electric, and because they already have that. So the electric car where so menial tasks of that or whatever. ATMs can, if they have them more advanced, they can do more things than just they could replace bank tellers or different things like that, right? Where it's like some of the more personal service portions, they already have it in some stores, like some fast food restaurants where you order off of like a tablet kind of a thing, and then they just call your number, you come up and get your order when it's ready, right?
Yeah.
So, not like they have like a touchscreen thing in their store. Yeah. Instead of going up to a till, you just do that and pay with a credit card or whatever bank card. And or that's what I do when I go to movies. They have an electronic station where you just go and pick the movies, pay with your bank card or whatever, and you get your tickets right there. And it's way better, more efficient. And so as this technology keeps progressing into all these different industries, it might change what types of jobs are available, right? So it'll make it so that instead of having 3 or 4 delivery drivers, you'll just have one guy who knows how to fix the delivery robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be bad, man. But I know, that'd put a lot of people out of work.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. Like I said, the types of jobs will have to change. Where it's like maybe you won't be able because somebody will still have to do upkeep on these machines and stuff, right? Looking pretty tired, man.
Yeah. I don't know.
But so it is cool, and I think it is a cool idea. Like they already have in some cars the ovens in the cars and shit, so it's like advanced beyond the fact of warm just bags and shit like that. They actually have the ovens in the car, so it stays hot for sure. Like it'll always be hot when it gets to you or whatever, right? And this is taking it again to the step further, where it's like it can make, or you can have the pizza cooking on its way there, right?
Yeah, well, cooking on that would actually save a lot of time.
Yeah, when it gets there, if it's a 20-minute trip to get there, it's cooked or however long it takes, right? It'll be hot and ready to go.
Yeah, I think that it's not like if you're in like a good, I know when I worked in BP's, they had like a rolling oven that they put the pizzas on, and
Yeah.
it was just like 11 minutes for like a medium pizza,
Mhm.
man.
And it just goes through the conveyor
Yeah,
belt. Yeah.
and it just comes out the other side and it's done.
Yeah, so they might have something like that, or maybe just something, a vertical sort of conveyor or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because it's here.
It could
You
be.
can see the picture right here.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, man, that's cool.
So it's just basically, it almost looks like.
It's not even a car. It's just like a robot.
Oh yeah,
that
it's just a tiny little robot.
that you would just see driving down the street with a pizza.
Yeah, with almost like, like a hot dog shaped or a eclair or whatever
Yeah.
shaped, like Long John shaped thing on top that it would be where all the oven and pizza and all that stuff is, right?
Mhm.
And I don't know, I think it would be awesome and it would
Yeah.
add efficiency, but again, like we said, it might take away. Well, it would take away jobs.
Yeah, but yeah.
So there's always that fine line that you have to walk.
Yeah.
Walk where it's like, to what point do we want and need all this stuff? Because in a way,
Yeah.
it's some of these technologies are almost not laziness, but it almost is laziness where it's like,
Oh yeah.
I just don't want to do it, so let's just get a robot to do it.
Yeah,
right?
they're trying out like now in supermarkets. They're trying out like avocados that have been peeled and like have the core out of them
Really?
or the pit. I guess. Yeah.
Only like just already done.
Yeah.
People are,
Just sliced in half.
I mean, yeah, because people will pay for it, so then they'll make it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, in a way, it's almost leading everybody towards Wall-E, where everybody's
Yeah.
just like a fat lard sitting in a hover chair,
Yeah.
never moves around.
Yeah.
But
they even have like oranges peeled for you now, man.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
You can't peel an orange.
I
There's
know
something wrong.
it's terrible, but it's totally out there, man.
Huh. Well, that's strange.
Yeah.
It's a strange, strange world. But yeah, no. There's another interesting thing that I think more people will be interested in, definitely yourself.
Yeah.
Xbox Live now supports cross-platform multiplayer with PS4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've started already doing it with some with PC,
Mm-hmm.
but now they're starting with PlayStation as well.
Oh, really?
And some people are thinking that maybe it's because not as many people own Xbox, so in order for people to be convinced to maybe get Xbox, because
Yeah.
I can understand right now, if right now you're thinking, should I get an Xbox or a PS4? Most people have PS4, so I could see why you'd be like PS4, so you can play with all your friends, right?
Yeah.
But if your Xbox could play with those PS4s, then it wouldn't matter what
Yeah.
you got, and that portion wouldn't be a deciding factor anymore. And it would be more about what is your preference. Do you prefer a Xbox over a
Yeah.
PlayStation? Because I personally do,
I do.
but I know a lot more people that have PlayStations than Xbox, right?
But,
So I have
if
both.
If I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, any kind of Grand Theft Auto, though, I always prefer like
PlayStation?
PlayStation for some reason because I grew up playing PlayStation 2.
I don't know.
That was like my shit. Like,
Grand Theft Auto has evolved so much now that
Yeah,
because I agree. If I'm playing the
I'm sure there's definitely
like
new
Grand Theft Auto
things.
3 to like San Andreas, if I'm
Yeah.
playing any of those, I prefer it on
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Mm.
It feels more natural because that's what I grew up with. But
And I know all the
if
cheat
I play,
codes.
yeah, exactly. But if I play Grand Theft Auto 4 or Grand Theft Auto 5,
then
it needs to be on Xbox because
Yeah.
that's what I'm used to. Like, I don't like using the PlayStation triggers for like
Yeah,
driving and stuff like that. Like, there's there's certain games I prefer on PlayStation and certain games I
Yeah.
prefer on
I
Xbox.
gotta get the Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And you have Xbox One, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you should get it for that because you can do like first person mode and stuff like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually pretty awesome. All the gauges and stuff in the vehicles work and
Nice.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to get that.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this would be huge. The only game I think they said that they have so far, it says the first game that is going to support cross-platform multiplayer is Rocket League, which it's like you're like cars playing soccer.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen it?
No. I
Yeah,
don't think
no.
I have. No.
I've never played it. I've just seen some YouTube videos of people playing it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a good start anyways. It's a start. So
Yeah,
that's
it
something,
is,
it's a
yeah.
leg in the door where that's something we've never had before, which is like, if you have an Xbox and your buddy has a PlayStation, you can actually, now you're going to be able to play with each other
Yeah.
on the same, if you
Yeah.
both, like, I have, so like, my one friend that I work with has PlayStation. My other friend that, like, all three of us are friends, right? We all
Yeah.
have known each other mutually, right?
Mm.
So, two of us, I have both Xbox and PS4.
Yeah.
Because some games I will play with one of my friends or whatever.
Mhm.
Some games, and we can, so we can't. Sometimes there will be a game where we all want to play it together,
Yeah.
but we can't because we each have the different consoles or whatever, right? And I don't want to have to get two
Yeah.
versions of the same game to play with two different friends,
Right. Yeah.
right? That's fucking
Yeah.
$140
Yeah. No doubt.
for two versions of like a game nowadays is like $70,
Yeah.
right? So, and it depends on if you want to get the full version where you can get all the expansion packs and stuff.
Mhm.
When they come out, it'll usually cost up to anywhere up to like $100 or more.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So it's like it gets pricey, and if you want to have to do that for both consoles, that's
Mhm.
ridiculous. Nobody would
Yeah.
do that.
Oh yeah.
Right? The reason why I
yeah.
and mostly got a PS4 is because there's some games where I'll play with like other people that have PS4, right? Like,
Yeah.
but mostly it's because there's some PlayStation exclusive games like Uncharted and stuff like that where you can only get them if you have a PlayStation.
Yeah.
So those are the more games that I got for it or got it for.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Battlefront for it, but that's because I got the Battlefront edition,
Yeah.
right? Otherwise, I probably would have just got it for Xbox because I prefer playing Xbox. Like, I just
Yeah.
like the controllers better, personally. Like, there's
Yeah.
not really that much difference in terms of gameplay,
Mhm.
graphics, all that stuff. I know there's probably fanboys for either side just hating me for this, but
Fallout.
I feel like it's all just personal preference.
Fallout. I gotta have a place. Fallout. I gotta have an Xbox.
But yeah, like,
controller,
it's
yeah.
still personal preference, right?
Yeah.
Of just
Oh
certain
yeah.
things, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, like, for me, I also prefer, most games, I prefer an Xbox just because the way the controller is laid out, I like it better for playing games.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's weird to have this thumb down to be using the stick. Like, it's
Yeah.
kind of more hard to use both sticks on a PlayStation controller.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because PlayStation controllers have been around before analog sticks,
Yeah.
right? They just had, the PS1 didn't have analog sticks.
Yeah.
It will only some games featured it, and you had to have a special controller where you had
Yeah.
to like push a button on the controller to turn on the analog sticks
Yeah.
and stuff, right? Now it's become such a norm, and they've just kept that classic look of the controllers.
Yeah.
Because even Xbox, the controllers are still laid out pretty much the same.
Yeah.
They just changed black and white button to being
Yeah.
bumpers,
Mhm.
right? So,
Yeah.
like, it's pretty much just personal preference when it comes down
Yeah.
to it between these two consoles. But now it won't really matter because if you have a different personal preference than your friend, you're still
Yeah.
gonna be able to play together.
I definitely didn't like the two buttons on the
Xbox original,
Yeah,
where it was
yeah.
like the black and white button.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that either. I didn't like that. I didn't get on Xbox train until Xbox 360, and now I just love Xbox.
Yeah.
Right.
Me too.
But I don't know. I had PS2. PS2 was probably the console that I had for the longest because it was like for a long time. I got Xbox
still have-
360 in like mid to end of its
Yeah.
reign.
I still have my PlayStation 2.
Yeah, me too.
Along with like games from like 2002.
They're also doing backwards compatibility on PlayStation. So
wow.
like I don't know if we'll be able to play discs or not because they do have some downloadable PS2 games and stuff on it. Where it's like I haven't looked that much into it, so hopefully I'll be able to play some of those old discs because I have like all the Grand Theft Autos on PS2,
Nice.
right? Grand Theft Auto 3,
Yeah.
Vice City, San Andreas.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
that kind of stuff, and I also have like old games that I used to love to play. Like I had a Dukes of Hazzard, Return of the General Lee,
Oh wow, yeah.
and yeah, that was a real
That's
fun
awesome.
game. And yeah, I don't know. I like it's. It seems like PlayStation was almost. I always played more racing games on it when I was younger
Yeah,
too,
me too.
because I used to really like racing games, but I also only liked playing racing games if I could have a racing steering wheel. I used to always
Yeah.
buy a racing steering wheel
Oh,
for my
yeah.
consoles, right? which I don't have any for my modern
Yeah.
consoles because now it's become everything's so expensive. Like it's
I
probably like
know,
$150 for one.
Yeah,
I would assume.
easy.
I haven't even looked into it, but seems like it would be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that this is an awesome thing, cross-platform gaming, and it won't lose anybody any jobs. So that's a good thing. How long has it been running? 25 minutes? So let's talk about just watched Man of Steel last night. Batman v Superman comes out next week.
Yeah.
This week, like when this comes out, we'll be watching it basically 4 days or 3 days after this comes out, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go see it on the 24th there, and so. Are you excited at all for Batman v Superman?
Yeah.
What's your anticipation level like right now?
Oh man, I didn't think Man of Steel was gonna be as good as it was.
Because was this the first time you'd ever seen it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how much are you very familiar with any of the DC movies? Like, have you seen the Christopher Reeve Superman or like,
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
were you big fans of that growing up or anything?
Growing up, yeah, but then I went back and kind of watched it later on, and I was like,
Didn't hold up as much for you.
did not hold up.
And then what about the Christopher Nolan Batman? Oh well, what about the Tim Burton Batman movies? And then Batman Forever and Batman and Robin, the two shittiest Batman movies.
Yeah. Val Kilmer was in the one.
No, yeah, I didn't like him. He was the one with Two-Face and the
Yeah.
Riddler.
I haven't seen that one.
Have you seen Batman '89, the one
Yeah.
with Jack Nicholson as
Yeah.
the Joker, and
Yeah.
the one with Danny DeVito as the Penguin and Christopher Walken as Max
Yeah.
Shrek or whatever?
Yeah.
What did you think of those?
Those ones were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones are the Kevin Costner ones. Or not Kevin.
What's his name? Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton, yeah, that's one.
Yeah, no. Kevin Costner, isn't that Matt? He's the dad. He's Pa Kent, isn't he? Isn't that Kevin Costner?
In what's it?
In Man of Steel.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
Pa Kent.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what about the Chris Nolan Batman movies? What? So yeah, did you enjoy those or?
I really like the first two.
Yeah.
The first one was cool. The second one was my favorite for a long time. Like a long
Like
time.
your favorite comic book movie, or what do you mean?
Yeah, for a while, yeah.
What's your now favorite?
I don't know. Captain America,
The Winter Soldier or the first one?
the first one.
Oh,
I think
really?
is still. Yeah.
Cool.
Or
Uh,
Deadpool.
Oh yeah.
Deadpool.
I sometimes I even forget that came out because it's almost unbelievable that we have
I know, we have a
live-action
Deadpool movie. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
what?
love that movie.
So Dark Knight would be your favorite. So would you say you're more of a Batman fan or a Superman fan?
Oh, Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say that's probably most of the population is more more people probably know who Batman is than Superman, but almost everybody these are the two most iconic superheroes.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter Marvel, DC, anything. Period.
Yeah.
If you say name a superhero, it'll be like Batman and
Batman. Yeah.
Superman, right?
Yeah.
So this, and they've never shared on-screen cinematic movie. They've been
Yeah.
in cartoon animated forms
Yeah.
together before,
Mhm.
but we've never seen this where it's live action Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
So, you getting pretty excited?
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be good.
What do you think about Ben Affleck as Batman? We haven't really seen much other than what's been in the trailers. Were you disappointed when he was cast? What did you think overall? Are you looking forward to him? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm pretty skeptical about anything that comes out right at first, just because lately it seems like there's so many bad movies just coming out based on really cool concepts, right? And it's just the delivery is just shit.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, no. So with this, I was a little skeptical at first, and then I seen the trailers a bit more, and then I think another one come out or something like that, and we watched it, and then I was like, yeah, I am definitely psyched for this movie now.
So, what all are the trailers that you've seen? Have you seen the one where Lex Luthor is like, Bruce?
There's a new one.
Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent. Have you seen that trailer?
Yeah.
Okay, because that's the same one that had Doomsday in the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then have you seen the trailer where it's mostly focused on Batman and not Jarvis. What's his name? Alfred is talking to him, and he's like, said something about, do you want me to drop you off on the second floor? There's a bunch of thugs on the third floor, and then Batman breaks through the floor and like beats the shit out of a bunch of people and like punches the one dude so hard in the face that he flips over and lands on his head.
Yeah.
And then it shows at one point Batman like blocks a punch from Superman, and Superman like looks up at him and he's like, what the fuck? How is this happening?
Yeah.
Did you see that trailer?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah. So that one is the one for me where it's like, I cannot wait to see this fight.
Yeah.
I know that they're going to team up at the end. They didn't need to show that in the second trailer. But, yeah, the actual showdown between Batman v Superman, and I think there's going to be multiples. There's not just going to be one fight. There could be two, maybe even three.
Yeah.
Because Batman is going to fight him maybe a little bit unprepared. Probably get his ass kicked. Or maybe even, like, Superman will find Batman and teach him a little bit of a lesson and not go full out, but Batman will be unprepared, right?
Yeah.
And then Batman will come back. Either maybe he'll try and fight him and still not be fully prepared, and like I don't know, it depends on how long.
Yeah.
Right. But so if there's three fights, then that's what I would guess would happen. But if there's only two, then the second one he'll come in the suit, ready to go, and destroy.
Yeah.
Or at least be strong enough that Superman will be like, holy shit, I did not expect a human being to be able to do this.
Yeah.
So, Man of Steel, man. What did you think overall? I might have already asked you this, but like, what's some of your like favorite parts? What did you think going into it? What did you think overall?
Some of my favorite parts.
Give me your review of Man of Steel.
my review for Man of Steel. Okay.
Give me your review for Man of Steel. You just watched it.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more campy, I guess. But not. And I'd heard that they were going for a little bit more of a darker.
So you expected more of a Christopher Reeves almost thing, or what?
A little bit. I expect almost a little bit, but.
Well, here's the thing for me. Did you see Superman Returns?
Yeah, I did.
I think Brandon Routh was Superman.
Yeah.
I did not like Superman Returns.
I did not either.
Because they shot it and cinematography it looked good, but it didn't fit with the tone of the movie.
Oh, I know.
The shots and stuff were all dark.
I can't even remember.
And there was some bright and sunniness, but it felt a lot darker than the Superman they were portraying, because the Superman they were portraying was basically a sequel to the Christopher Reeves Superman movies, right? Mm-hmm. Where it was a lot more campy and stuff like that. So that's why I didn't like that movie, and that's why I stayed away from Man of Steel for a while, actually. And I didn't watch it until a lot later.
Who directed
Man of Steel? Zack Snyder. Same guy who's directing Batman v Superman.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that might be one of his first ever non-rated R movies, right?
Oh, really?
Because Zack Snyder, almost every movie that he makes is rated R. 300, Watchmen, Sucker Punch. Dawn of the Dead. He did the Dawn of the Dead remake.
Nice.
Yeah. Zack Snyder's actually one of my favorite directors, which I know he's very divisive of a director because a lot of people think he's a lot more style over substance.
Yeah.
Which I can understand, especially if you don't like that style, why you wouldn't like him as a director. Which, that's fine. Art is subjective, and that's fine. But I personally really like him, and so that adds to the fact of, that's why I kind of watched Man of Steel, because I was like, I wasn't the hugest fan of Superman as a character.
Yeah.
I didn't like Superman Returns or any of the Superman movies. Like I didn't like the classic campy Superman movies when I was a kid.
Me neither.
I was always
well,
more.
actually, I kind of did. Like when I was really little.
Yeah, I still didn't even really like him then. I was more Batman, Spider-Man, and like I used to watch like Iron Man cartoon and X-Men cartoon and stuff like that, right? And so I was more into Marvel and then also Batman. But when I watched Man of Steel, it completely changed. It's what it did to me what Captain America, Winter Soldier did, where it changed my opinion of the character so much that now I want to see more from this character, right?
I know what you mean.
Because unlike you, I didn't actually like the first Captain America movie that much. It was fine, it was good.
Oh.
I felt it almost went on for too long, and there was some parts that I didn't enjoy as much, and it felt a little bit too campy for me, and it made Captain America not. I felt like he wasn't as. I didn't feel like I liked his character as much as other people did, right? Where he just seemed like he was the good old, goody two-shoes American boy, where, right?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing that I used to think about Superman, but both Winter Soldier and Man of Steel changed my opinions about the characters, and where Winter Soldier, it showed that Captain America, he chooses to do good, but sometimes he still has to make hard decisions for the good of humanity and shit like that, and for the good of people. How like when he tried to, he basically sacrificed himself because he wouldn't fight Bucky, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because they're buddies, and like he believed there's certain things that he believes so strongly about, like friendship and family, where loyalty is such a huge thing to him, and that's a interesting thing about a character where it's like, that's why I like Fast and the Furious movies so much, because they're actually, even though it's weird and you might disagree with me, those movies are about a family, right? And they have always been.
Sure. And
it's almost become a parody of itself at this point, where it's like Vin Diesel's always just like, we're a family, but it still does, if you are invested in this kind of stuff like I have been. It makes it so you feel more for it because you've been with them for so long. You almost feel part of the family, right? And that is a strong thing to draw you into something. And the fact of having Cap and Bucky, that really changed my opinion on the character. That whole dynamic and relationship, right? Plus him, the opening sequence of Winter Soldier where he's like booting dudes 40 feet and shit like that. That was unbelievably cool. But Man of Steel did the same thing, where I used to think Superman was just a one-note goody two-shoes joke of a character. But that movie changed it, where it's like you saw the struggle. Where he is basically a god, and the world, he had two. So originally he was raised in such a way where his one father, Kevin Costner, I'm pretty sure it was Kevin Costner, right? Pa Kent said, I know you have these powers and you could save these people. But humans aren't ready to see that, right? Like, they're not ready to experience and live in a world where this exists. So you might have to hide yourself for a while first before people are ready, that kind of a thing, right? And then when he finally finds out where he came from and all that stuff, he learns about what his other father wanted. His biological father he wanted Clark Kent, well, that wasn't his name then, Kal-El. He wanted Kal-El to basically be the bridge between Krypton and Earth, and Kryptonians and humans. Because he was raised and grew up on Earth, so he's an American, right? There's a great line where somebody said, like, are you against our national interests or something like that? And he's like, I'm from Kansas. I'm as American as it gets, right? And so he's American, but he is actually a Kryptonian, so he's like the defender of both worlds. Even though one is a destroyed world, he still has to carry on the legacy, and that was the point of the movie. They wanted to create a figure out a way to create a new world that Kryptonians could also live on or something like
Yeah.
that, right? Whereas Zod wanted to go about that by killing all the humans.
Yeah.
Superman wanted to try, or no, I can't remember his name, but Kal-El's father,
Yeah.
Russell Crowe, wanted
Yeah.
them to figure out a way to have them work together, right? And
Yeah.
that's why he sent Superman, Kal-El as a baby in that way, was so that he could be that bridge.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it changed my opinion of the character so much, and I
Yeah.
thought that it was an incredible movie. And yes, there was some gratuitous action at the end, but I think that that's something that Zack Snyder does so well that I'm fine with when the movie takes a little bit longer because there's an
Yeah.
awesome fight scene, right?
Nice. Yeah.
But I don't know. I actually, Man of Steel is actually one of my favorite superhero movies.
This is really good. It's
Yeah.
a lot better. Like I said, I was
What are we at here? 48.
nice. But yeah, no, like I said, I was surprised at how like easy it was to watch. I was like, wow, this is pretty good. Because you're like, I'm not the biggest DC fan. Like, I do have a lot of Batman comics. And, yeah. A few other DC ones too, but
Yeah, Batman is definitely still my favorite DC
Yeah.
character, right?
yeah,
I used to like the Flash but when I was a kid, I liked him. But the more I get older and the more I actually learn about his character, the less I really like him, his character. But I do like the Flash TV show. I've only seen a few episodes, but it's actually really good.
oh yeah.
But I just feel
I
like
know what you mean.
overall
That's
the
fun.
DC
That's
characters, the DC universe in the comics and the movies and everything, other than Batman, it's so much more fantastical,
Yeah.
right? Where everything is so extreme. Either you're the Batman type where you have no powers at all,
Yeah.
or you're Superman, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, the Green Lantern Corps. Everybody is a god,
Yeah.
basically. The Flash can go so
Yeah,
fast,
yeah.
he can go between dimensions and stuff like that, right? Whereas in the
Right.
Marvel Universe, every character seems like they have more limitations where they're almost a little, even though it's still fantastical in a sense,
Yeah.
they're a little more grounded in reality. Spider-Man is still just a teenager that's dealing with homework issues, and sometimes he has issues with his powers and stuff like that, right? And
Yeah.
his is actually, it's not just a blessing, it's also a curse because it's actually a disease that's changing him into a spider in some iterations, right?
Yeah.
Same with Tony Stark, his power is also killing him where the arc reactor's in his chest just to save him from dying, right?
Yeah.
But now he's also using it as a power to help him fight crime and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And
That's
the
crazy.
Hulk it's like all the Marvel characters, they're more tragedies. The mutants are it's a dilemma between society accepting other people and stuff like that. Most of the X-Men comics and stuff, most of the best ones, it's a thing about, it's almost like a class issue, right?
Yeah.
Or it's like a modern day rights issue, right?
Yeah.
Where the humans they're scared of the mutants and they feel threatened, but they also just don't like them because they're different, right?
Yeah.
That's happened a lot in history, and so that's why I've always kind of liked the Marvel characters more, where they felt like they were more real characters,
Yeah.
faced with some extreme and fantastic circumstances, whereas the DC comics and characters were more fantastical and almost godlike, or
they
in
were.
godlike worlds.
They were.
And it
yeah.
also didn't help that every single DC comic book, most of them are based in made-up cities and towns.
Yeah.
Smallville and Metropolis and Gotham and I want to say Champion City, but that's not it. But yeah, I forget what the one in Flash is called. Central City, I think.
Oh yeah.
And whereas in Marvel, like, they live in New York,
Yeah.
right? Or Wolverine is from Calgary, Alberta.
Yeah.
Deadpool is from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, where they're real places, and it feels more real, where it's just like, it's a little bit more just like science fiction, whereas
Yeah.
the DC Comics was more like sci-fi fantasy in a weird way. that I just didn't enjoy it as much growing up. For me, the only sci-fi fantasy I really ever liked was Star Wars. I liked sci-fi and I liked fantasy, but when they cross over, they can be hard to take sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost too much going on.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like, but sometimes they mold perfectly, like in Star Wars or stuff like that. And now, even so, like I thoroughly enjoyed Man of Steel. That's definitely sci-fi fantasy.
Blade Runner. Sci-fi.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
But that's almost more sci-fi than fantasy.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff in there that's...
It's more just like about a dystopian future.
Yeah, true.
Than it is a fantasy, right? Because
Yeah.
a fantasy more... Pretty much for me, fantasy means like magic.
Yeah.
Right? And it seems like... even though sometimes they try and explain the powers of the DC heroes through science, it always seems like magic.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Even though Superman's weak to magic, his powers are basically magic.
Yeah.
There's no real science behind... Even though they say there's science behind it, it's not really. The gravity being less... basically what they say is the reason why he can fly is because it's just jumping really far because the gravity is less... But here's the thing.
Yeah.
If the gravity is less on Earth, but he lived his whole life growing up on Earth, that wouldn't be a factor. His body would have already been naturally used to the Earth gravity, right? So it's not like if you were a Kryptonian that came from Krypton, where the gravity is higher, came to Earth, like it'd be the same as a human going to the moon. You can jump higher and farther and stuff, right? Lift. But because he grew up on the Earth, his body was never used to that Kryptonian gravity, so it wouldn't be like his muscles wouldn't be as strong as a regular Kryptonian's.
True, yeah.
And with the whole yellow sun thing, that's just not true. There's not red suns and yellow suns. It's just like a red light means that it's I believe that it means that it's accelerating, that the sun is accelerating away from us too fast or something like that, basically. Where the light actually, the prism, it's almost like like you know the Doppler effect. That's what it's like. That's what redshift is. It's like a Doppler effect for light, where because the universe is expanding, it makes it so that the light is less. It's a lower frequency because it's accelerating faster than the light can travel, kind of a thing, right? Yeah. So it's a Doppler effect.
Yeah.
Which is the effect, for those who don't know, when if you hear an ambulance or a siren going by, and you hear like and then it's all of a sudden a lower pitch. It's like high pitch coming towards you, and then it's a lower pitch going away, and that's because of the pressure wave moving of all that. Like the entire thing is moving, and it's small. It's a small effect, but you can still notice it, and that's what the same thing with redshift. So there's not actually red stars, right? So in that aspect of his powers, like that's the thing. It's a lot more fantastical, and it seems like more of a fantasy, and so that just always never was. It never. That's why I never enjoyed it as much.
Yeah,
right?
no, I can totally see why.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so overall, what do you think of Man of Steel? You recommend that people see it before the Batman v Superman comes out?
Absolutely. It's like his origin.
It is. It's Superman's origin.
Yeah,
and
origin story.
It's an easy way. Like if you're gonna watch Captain America: Civil War, it's hard to catch up on all the Marvel. If you haven't seen a Marvel movie and you're gonna be like, I'm gonna go watch Captain America: Civil War, you can just go in and watch Captain America: Civil War. You don't have to watch all 14 Marvel movies to get caught up before it happens, right?
Yeah.
And then. Whereas Batman v Superman, it's easy to just get caught up. It's one movie, right?
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Same with X-Men. It's not that easy to get caught up because X-Men movies have been coming out since the year 2000. There's like 16 years of fucking movies that you'd have to go through.
Yeah.
Whereas, not with this, because this is this is probably one of the most exciting movies of the year because this is a kickoff to a universe.
Mm-hmm.
Man of Steel was almost a standalone movie,
That's
right?
true, yeah.
This is more of a kickoff to a universe. And yes, this is a sequel to Man of Steel, and that Man of Steel is part 1, Batman v Superman is part 2, Justice League is part 3.
Yeah.
But this is still almost like it's the first time we're seeing Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman all on the screen at the same time. It's the first time we're seeing an actual live-action Wonder Woman at all.
Yeah.
It's the first time we're seeing... I don't know. There's so much stuff we're seeing for the first time. It's a revolutionary thing, and I'm really excited.
I know, me too.
And it comes out in like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome to see, and I cannot wait.
It's going to be so sick.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot wait, man.
So, before we're almost done here, so what have you been watching, reading, or playing?
Last night I found a DVD of the original George A. Romero Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like black and white, made in the mid-70s.
DVD?
Yeah, it was probably a
I was like...
Yeah,
at first I was like, what? A DVD from the mid-70s? There's no way.
But no way.
The movie was made in the 70s, and it's... Okay, at first I was like, what the fuck? But then, no, that was me being dumb.
It had to have been like...
Well, yeah, it would have been a re-release.
Yeah, but it was like a shitty re-release because it didn't even have like a menu. It just started.
Oh, really? Well, maybe it was just
burnt. Like,
was it a burnt disc?
I don't know.
Did it say Night of the Living Dead on it? On
yeah.
the disc?
Oh, yeah. It looked fairly legit. But I mean,
then
like,
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't have. Maybe they. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of that movie? I haven't actually. I don't know if I've seen that one fully through. Maybe I have.
I haven't seen it fully through. I fell asleep before I could finish watching it.
Yeah.
Yet. But yeah, it's
kind of creepy though. I like watching those old black and white horror movies.
Yeah, man. I have like another one. It's called Horror Hotel. If you want to watch it, it's about witches.
Well, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know what. I've never heard of that one.
It's pretty old.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's from like the '60s, I think. And then I don't know. I'm reading the Tommyknockers. A lot of Stephen King.
Oh yeah.
Again lately. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're making what's it called, The Dark Tower.
The Dark Tower, yeah.
Yeah. Live action. Idris Elba is going to be in it, I guess. So that's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever read that book, but
I have. I've read the first.
Isn't it almost like an amalgamation of all of his other stuff?
Not really. No, it's pretty much like it's fantasy.
Uh-huh. But isn't there like monsters from his other books and stuff or something in it? That's what I thought. Sure. That's what I heard, but I've never read it, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, I didn't finish the whole thing, but yeah, I can imagine maybe.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
So
that's the one thing I haven't really read for just because for a while I was like, I don't know, I don't really have like a whole lot of time to get into like fantasy that has like 7 books, right? Because then I'm just gonna want to read. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, you might not have to if they make it into a movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
a miniseries would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't remember if that's what they said. I just remember they said there's getting a live action adaptation. I don't remember if it's going to be a movie or a TV series.
Yeah.
But I've been watching Daredevil. The season 2 came out on Netflix this week, and I've only watched a few episodes because we spent the day yesterday hiking. But it's awesome so far. And have you seen any of the Netflix Daredevil series?
No, I haven't yet. We should definitely.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Just even the first season is awesome, but then now they have the addition of the Punisher. Jon Bernthal is the Punisher, like Shane from The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't got to any Elektra is also in this season, but I haven't got up to that yet. But yeah, no, Jon Bernthal is an incredible Punisher, and he is the perfect casting choice, I think.
Wow.
And he's so intimidating, and he does such a good job of embodying what this is a perfect role for him, and he is the perfect guy to play this role, right? Like it's a match made in heaven, at least in my opinion. Other people might find it different, but I think he does an incredibly good job.
Yeah, I like him as an actor.
Yeah, he's really intense, and
Yeah.
that's something you need to be. Where in a lot of
played
ways
with Tom
he's
Hardy.
he's very similar to Daredevil in a lot of ways, where
Oh, really?
they both are trying to clean up the streets, make Hell's Kitchen a better place.
Yeah.
Whereas
Nice.
Daredevil beats him up, takes him to the cops, and they get locked away, and they come back out in a month or
Yeah.
or a few years or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Whereas when the Punisher gets them, they don't. They're done. That's
They're
it.
done, yeah.
They don't exist anymore. So
Yeah.
in a way, like, because basically the way the Punisher, like they have similar. They're trying to do the same thing, but the Punisher is like, the way you do it. It's not. You don't fully do it, right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't complete the task. It's just a temporary fix.
Yeah.
Whereas, so like it's really interesting to see. And whereas because Daredevil's like, and people don't have to die.
Yeah.
People can change. Like he's trying to see the light in people, whereas the
Yeah.
Punisher's more. He goes straight to the like. No,
Yeah.
I've seen the dark side. I've fucking been in wars and shit like that.
Yeah.
So like he in this version of it, he fought in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Whereas originally he was a Vietnam War vet.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
But no, now in this
Yeah.
one he fought in Iraq and
Yeah.
Afghanistan. But it was so intense, and he's like beats up Daredevil,
Yeah.
and that's
Oh,
like
nice.
and it's not like he's just a soldier, but he's so
Yeah.
badass, like it's crazy. He's so well trained and so
Yeah.
highly precise at everything that he does. It's amazing. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've only watched a few episodes, but I'm just loving it so far.
Yeah.
Once we're done this, I'm probably gonna watch more because it's awesome.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
highly recommend it. Yeah, you definitely should watch the first season first. But yeah,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
So far they've had the first season of Daredevil, then they had
Yeah.
Jessica Jones, and now the second season of Daredevil, and then later this year Luke Cage comes out as well.
Oh, really? Crazy.
And then I don't know what comes out after that, if they're gonna maybe do more Jessica Jones or maybe
Yeah.
Iron Fist. Who knows?
Maybe.
Because I wonder how long it'll be before they finally get a Defenders miniseries out there, because
Yeah.
you'd think they would want to do that before they have 4 seasons of Daredevil,
Yeah, eh?
right? I
Yeah.
don't know.
No
I don't
doubt.
Yeah,
That's
But-
exciting.
yeah, no, it's awesome. It's a great time to live in if you enjoy nerdy things like comic books.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's the show. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we? End it?
No.
Well,
No, I
that's
think I'm good.
cool.
Yeah.
That's a good point to end, anyways. Well,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look for articles on the Facebook page from now on, or follow more often, I should say, not from now on.
Yeah. So yeah, he's talking about the What Are We Talking About Facebook
Yeah.
page. Just go ahead and like us on there. It's more of a just a discussion page where whatever anybody can, if you want to share topics on there too, or comment on the topics that we share. And we like to just discuss everything with everybody. Like I just like hearing different people's points of views on subjects and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah, me too.
It's really it's interesting to talk to all the different people
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
definitely check that out on Facebook. And also, if you want to suggest any topics for us to talk about on the
Yeah.
show or anything like that, email us or tweet at us. You can email us at whatwetalkingabouttoday@gmail.com. Tweet at us at whatwetalkin. Use the hashtag WAWTA pod. And it just makes it a little easier for us to find the comments. And that's pretty much just, if you're listening to this on SoundCloud or iTunes, comment, like, subscribe, whatever the deal is, rate, review. It helps us out, lets us know how we're doing. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching. Let us know what your thoughts on anything we talked about in the comments below. How did you think about Man of Steel? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you excited for Batman v Superman? What about, did you see any of the trailers we talked about, or are you a Xbox or a PlayStation gamer and you're excited about the crossover? Let us know any of these and anything in the comments down below. And once again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and until next time, guys, never stop and saving the world.